Welcome to an ABUS locked out lock. So I bought myself this lock, which is model 7440, because I really like these lightweight locks. And some of these lockout locks are really interesting to pick, for example the Master locked out lock. Yeah, I wanted to see if the ABUS also picks interesting, and so you will see a picking of this shortly. But first I want to quickly explain in which circumstances these kind of locks are used. So you can see danger on the other side. And that's because these locks are used in working environments, situations where dangerous areas are secured with these locks. For example, where high voltage is behind it. So for example, little doors where cabling is behind it, or plugs which are prevented from being pulled out with these locks. And this one has a plastic cover on the shackle, which makes it applicable for electrical environment. Yeah, so let's have a look at the key first. It's a 6-pinner with some ups and downs here on this key, but not a really challenging bitting. Has a Yale style, small Yale style keyway. Works, no problem. It's key retaining. Lock it back up, and yeah, it's locked. Okay, so now let's pick it. And I did pick it before. So, and I believe that there are only standard pins inside. I use this homemade pick for picking the pins. So let's start. Yeah, maybe only standard pins, and as I think that this lock has not the worst tolerances, it's usually a bit of a fight for me to get it open. And it's not really an advantage for me to have it picked before. It's always the same struggle. And this time it was really easy. It seems really to depend on the tension. I was just right with my tension this time. Yeah, but picking is not the main act in this video. As I said, I bought myself this lock to see whether it's a nice pick or not, and this one seems to have only standard pins. And I also hope that it is able to so that it can be opened and we can have a look inside. But this one is sealed. But unlike the other locks that I have, the other tag out or lockout locks, this one seems to be glued, so the base seems to be glued onto the lock body, and maybe I can somehow get this apart. And yeah, I have an idea, so please follow me downstairs. Okay, so here is my blowtorch. I will set it on fire. And I know that some people really think that I should not destroy good and new things, but hey, I'm curious. So let's see if I can take this base apart by heating it up. Oh. I hope the glue will get destroyed with a heat treatment, and I can just take it apart and yeah, it's getting, and we're done. So much for that, and you can see the base is off, and yeah, I will go upstairs and take the key and see how this comes apart. So here I'm back with the key. Let's see. Okay, cover comes off, but you can see the hole is not wide enough, so it doesn't go over the shackle. But interestingly, we have a pin right here and there is a cutout. So maybe I can just drive out this pin and yeah, then something more comes apart. Yeah, let me try that. Okay, let's see. Oh, that was easy. Looks like it's quite easy to get this pin off. Oh, and here we are. Okay. Does this core come out? No. And maybe the shackle comes... Ah, the shackle comes off. Okay. Oops. Ah, that's interesting. So that's the shackle out. And now I can just take out the inside, and yeah, it's just a normal lock with all these pins and the retaining pin here, as you can see. Okay, let me think about how to proceed. Okay, so my plan is to drill out or pull out the retaining pin and then pull out the plug and punch through these other pins. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so you have seen that my tab snapped when I tried to threaten the retaining pin, and I have this tab now since maybe 20 years. So of course I liked it very much, but 20 years is a long time, so I will get a new one. Okay, and you can see I've done a lot of damage to get out the retaining pin with a broken tab inside, and the tab is hardened, so it was quite a hard work, and I even broke one of my drill bits. And yeah, I would call this a total fail in getting this lock apart without too much destruction. But anyhow, it's done, so I can now pull out the plug, and it already came out a little bit. So now let's do that. Pull it out completely and have a look at the pins. Yeah, what can we see? We can see these are only standard pins as expected. Get a tweezers here, and it appears that these pins are made from aluminum. Very nice little springs here. Now the key pins. Oops. What type of pin is that? Oh, that was the actually 6 pins here. So there was one. Oh, more bits and pieces. Okay, let's see. Oh, very small key pin. That's 5. That's 6, and that's actually 3. So then this is 4 and this is 3. So not only a mess when cutting it, also a mess when laying out the pins. Okay, let's have a look at the pins really close. I wanted to have the last spring, and yeah, finally it came out. So here are all the pins, only standard pins made from aluminum, as it looks like. Very nice little springs, and here are the broken drill bit and the tab, and here are the two bolts for the shackle cutout. Yeah, let me think about what I can do. Maybe I can repair this, not quite sure. Yeah, hold on. So here I'm back. I did some work. You can see I punched out all the plugs in the pin chambers, and they look like this, these plugs. They are of conical shape, but yeah, wasn't a big deal to get them out. And I also managed to heal this retaining pin disaster, as there is still left a little bit of space here where the retaining pin hole has the original diameter, and I threaded this, and I made myself a screw of an appropriate length, and I shaved down the tip of the screw so that it now fits in this groove here. So now I can screw this screw in the hole. Yeah, and you can see how it protrudes the plug chamber. Yeah, this should be sufficient to hold the plug in place. And now I will try to reassemble the lock. By the way, it actually was not necessary to heat this up, as it was not glued in place as I expected. You can see these, let me zoom in. You can see these pieces here, this, I don't know how to say. It was just yeah, fitted onto, so the space was just pushed onto, and a screwdriver and a bit of prying would have been enough to get it off, but yeah, with the heat it was also not so difficult. Well, anyhow, let's reassemble this lock now. I heated up the base again, and when it was warm and soft, I pushed it onto the remaining part of the cover. Then I squeezed it and held it in place. Now it has cooled down and it's hard again, and it doesn't come off. So that was at least a little success. So it's reassembled again. Let's see if it works. So it's locked up, open, still key retaining, and locked up again. Yeah, so this was my little adventure with the ABUS lockout lock. Danger. Yeah, you never know where a lock will lead you to if you work on it. I hope you had fun. I did have fun. So thanks for watching and happy picking. Bye bye.